So, another great album of 2017 was Flower Boy. Tyler, the Creator, you are a musical genius. And you know this. You know this. But Tyler, the Creator, I don't know. I would just say you and mine's politic. It don't really mix. But that's all right. It's all right. Because if you're a musical genius and I like your music, it's fine. I do feel like this was one of the best albums of 2017. You could tell he put his all into this. And with all the features that he has on it, I'm looking at my Spotify right now. Don't look at my tracks. Oh, my edges. Ow! But with all of the, if you look at all of the features that he has on here, he has one, Rex Orange County, who they're on the come up. They have some pretty good songs. I've only listened to one of them, but it sounds pretty good. It's like this white boy band, but they're kind of like, they kind of sound ethnic. He has Frank Ocean on there. He has Kali Uchis. He has A$AP Rocky. Of course, he has Jaden Smith, Estelle, which I feel like I didn't really hear her in Garden Shed, but that was one of my favorite songs. He has Anna of the North, who I'm not too sure of is yet. I haven't really heard of any of her music yet, but maybe by the time I'm done making this video, I will listen to. He, of course, has Steve Lacy and Lil Wayne, which I did not really hear either. But speaking of Jaden Smith, we gonna get into him. We gonna try to deconstruct whatever is going on in that later. Anyway, this was a really great album, and I've been not a follower of Tyler, the Creator, for a long time. Like, I was never one of those people who in high school were like, do you listen to Tyler, the Creator? Like, he is so cool, blah, 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 blah. I really, like, tried to stray from the mainstream because I was such a fucking hipster. It's more like I thought that, I really didn't know what his music was until, like, last year when I started, like, playing for the radio. No, not last year. Well, yeah, last year. I didn't really know what his music was or what his taste was. I really thought he was like Earl Sweatshirt. And I don't know, I'm not really a fan of Earl Sweatshirt. Like, kudos to y'all for being fans, but I don't know, I just feel like, I felt like he was, that whole, I just didn't like listening to mainstream stuff because I thought it was whack. I was like, y'all boozy as fuck. Like, come on, like, listen to something else. But anyway, but then, I think this was my freshman year or sophomore year, I can't remember, but I looked into it. I think I saw his interview on Nardwar, and I was like, this boy, that boy, who that boy? He has some really good music taste. There's one of these, ooh, what was that? Okay, there's one of these, like, it's 12 in the morning, y'all. Okay, anyway, there's one of these articles that I saw, it could have been making up or whatever, but that had, like, I looked up Tyler, the Creator, musical influences, something like that. And there's this article, I think, on Tumblr that just lists all of these tracks from an interview that like, more than, like, 30 tracks or albums that Tyler, the Creator, is like, you need to listen to this. This is fucking amazing. And I saved a lot of those because they were good. And he has some really good taste. He has some really strange taste too, but it's still really good. And I think he's what really influenced me into, like, taking music or listening to music a little bit more seriously, especially like R&B and all my old artists that, I just kind of look over. Like, for instance, I didn't really get into Off the Wall by Michael Jackson until I saw that thing. Whoa, I'm so sick. Sorry. I didn't really get into Off the Wall until, like, I listen to till I saw that thing about Tyler the Creator. Ah, I didn't really get into Off the Wall by Michael Jackson until I saw that Nardwuar interview with him, with Tyler the Creator, talking about Off the Wall was fucking lit. It was fucking lit. The best album of all time. Something like that. And I was like, Off the Wall? The fucking, oh, Michael Jackson, oh, and I listened to the whole thing and I was like, wow, this, yeah. So, anyway, this just goes back to that thing where I was talking about how you can tell in artists' music how or what their influences come from. He definitely listens to like a lot of the music that he suggested. He's put a lot of that into his album. I feel like there's a lot of kind of like Afrofuturist influence, and also just a lot of like old R&B sounds. Like when you listen to this, I feel like I'm listening to, who do I feel? I feel like I'm listening to somebody from the '90s, but with a little bit of a kick. Like you know, What's Up by Donnell Jones, how it has that, like that. I can't explain it. There's this like sound, like, I don't know. It's kind of like in my opinion, it reminds me of like aliens, like UFO sounds. There's a lot of that here. And I feel like there's like a lot of like otherworldly sounds that are really cool, that I think we're getting into like a new stage of music and Afrofuturist music that is really dope. Speaking of that, Kalula, for instance, is one of those people who's like using that sound, using that like alien kind of sound. That's really cool. It sounds really dope. Like mixing it with R&B and just throwing shit together. It's really cool. Anyway, so one of my favorite songs off of the track, one of my favorite songs off the album Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator is See You Again with him and Kali Uchis. Kali Uchis, her voice, of course, just very unique. She has one of those voices where it's like, I feel like this is not an insult at all, but it just sounds like she's not singing, she's just talking, you know? And all she has to do is just talk. Like Chance the Rapper has that kind of voice where he doesn't really have to sing. He doesn't sing at all. He just talks, but his voice is so amazing to listen to, and that's how I feel Kali Uchis' voice is. Like you can just listen to it, and she doesn't really have to put any effort into it. See You Again is really cute. Okay. You live in my dream state. You look at my fantasy. I stay in reality. You live in my dream. You hear that? It's like very cute. Anytime I count sheep, that's the only time we make up. You exist behind my eyelids. No, I don't wanna wake up. 20 vision. You hear that? That's the alien sound I'm talking about. But this is also like a cute lullaby type thing. And then when the beat drops, it's really great. And then here's Kali. Brings back my violin days. I used to play violin. I said, okay, my infatuation relating to another form of what you call it. See? So I don't know if y'all hear that. Those little like spaceship sounds. That's really cool to me. A lot of his album does that. Pothole has that a lot. If you listen to Pothole in the beginning, there's like that synthetic um, string type sound. And I think it's really cool. And he uses like a boom bap sound a lot, and I think that's really cool. But I also think that this album is beautiful, not just musically, but also emotionally. I think that, once again, I probably should listen to more of his music. I just, I don't know, I have this weird thing. But I feel like he's gotten a little bit more vulnerable and he's opened up a little bit more. And I think that's really beautiful because we get to know more of Tyler, the creator, or Tyler rather than the creator, type of side of him, rather than, as opposed to like his other music, which I feel was like less personable. Not to say that his music is, not great if it's not personal. It's just that I thought it was just cool that he kind of like made it more beautiful. And I still don't, that whole mess about him being gay and all this stuff, I still have not found where he said, I mean, I'm not, okay. Also, that part about him coming out in one of his songs, which one was it? Garden Shed? Maybe I'm really bad at like getting lyrics and stuff like that, but I still haven't quite found exactly where he says that he came out. But not to like deny his queerness or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's interesting that he decided to be more vulnerable, especially in this album. Yeah, maybe there's a point of growth that he's been experiencing. He's like, what, 25, 26 now? It's up there. The great 27s, I like to call them. It's like, it seems like everybody who's like musically talented or whatever, they blow up when they're 27. Lucky. 23 is a lucky one, but 27 is the age. Like, Kendrick kind of blew up around that time. Who else was I thinking about? 27. SZA. She's 29, but she's around that age. And then, Leanne La Havas blew up at 23, but the thing is, like, that's a lucky number. Chance blew up at 23. But anyway, not important, no.